position on defense. Another player to definitely watch out for, though, is Rolf, who has been having himself a series. Holy cow! Not only first blood, but oftentimes last blood, too. Wherever you need an extra volley, a little bit more damage just to confirm that kill, plant him down into the ground, Rolf's your man.
And so Gladiators Legion feeling pretty confident after that round on King's Row, because remember, they did not lose a fight on the offense there, so they are feeling nice and primed and raring to go. Fusion University trying to get that momentum right back, but they found on Oasis, so they're going to be coming in here. We're going to see one of those classic roundabout rotations, and this is usually where we see the Winstons getting their charge, but Panker's going to be repping the Reinhardt, which is going to block the rotation completely, and Fusion University going to have to try one more time as they're going to get some poke damage within them as well.
Getting a little bit stymied right there. Ally Bubble had to come out from Nice to keep Chongstick alive as Pichu was looking to boop him into the rest of Gladiators Legion. Whoever finds the first pick here will have a massive advantage, or whoever comes into an ultimate first.
And so they're finally going to engage onto the point. Chongstick going to get that first pick, and then a second one coming from Alarm. So this is 6v4 for Fusion University. Bernard the only one at risk right now, and that's just only to get DFX. And so Gladiators Legion struggling here on the defensive side to start things off for Volskaya. They had a nice little stuff for that first rotation, but in the end, Chongstick got that pick, and then they're going to get point A.
Sometimes there's just not a ton you can do against those fire strikes. Just rip through your team, and if your diva isn't 100% on point with that Matrix, you will be taking that damage. Now though, Fusion University don't really have a ton of ultimates to speak of to roll into point B, but they will have both that trance and the grab sooner rather than later. So Gladiators Legion got to play a little bit more proactively or they will get grabbed.
Well, Fusion University also have to play proactive because they have that ultimate advantage. There isn't a Transcendence just yet. Nice is going to use it just in time. Will Rolf be able to get enough damage through? Oh, Chongstick going to get booped away from the fight. So Gladiators Legion are going to have an opportunity to potentially get some picks as Chongstick tries to get back into this fight. He's going to get earth shattered as well. Will Bernard's bomb get that self-destruct kill? It does, but it doesn't seem to be enough just yet. Isn't going to be able to save the day this time around, as Fusion University is still going to maintain their numbers advantage, but the defense response are definitely in the favor for Gladiators Legion. They will be back in a time, but they all have to come back as 6. Until they do that, this is just going to be a numbers disadvantage until they're able to get some picks on the Fusion University. Earthshatter is going to stop Panker in his tracks. Sound Barrier is enough for the time being, but not much longer. He is going to go back to spawn. Fusion University are still in control.
So close though. What a well-timed sound barrier from Lude. He catches all of Gladiators Legion as they charge back onto the point. Unfortunately, that late grab from Dalton not enough to help them find the kills to rebuff Fusion University. Man, the difference 9 seconds can make, right? Rolf was so close to that trance. 9 seconds in this game, especially on Assault, is a lifetime. And Fusion University, like you said, Boop, they could have played a lot more of a respectful game, giving Gladiators Legion some time, you know, just looking for that perfect window to engage, but instead they knew that they had the advantage, the grab advantage. They charge on in there, grab, why not, right? They have trance, we draw that trance out, we come back in it, we go again, right? We have the shatter, we can still do it. But they gave Gladiators Legion no wiggle room at all, and because of it, 5 minutes and 35 seconds to Fusion University's name.
That pushes some of the cleanest Overwatch we've seen Fusion University play in recent memory, at least in this season, being able to just surgically remove Gladiators Legion from the map a couple times. Remember, on Assault, you have to win a couple fights in a row because those defensive spawns are so close. And now Fusion University are going to put Alarm onto Ana, and we know this guy is a really good Zenyatta, but I hear his Ana's pretty great too.
Oh yeah, no, just ask Mayhem Academy what they think about Alarm's Ana. I think he got like 2 or 3 hot sleeps onto a Sombra as she charged into his team. So this is certainly scary stuff for Gladiators Legion to face down. Of course, though, everything could change if they do choose to invest into some DPS. Is it possible? I don't know about the solo Lucio healer.
Probably they amped it up to base to run this Pharah, because running the Pharah naked that's without that mercy could be very difficult. But like,
also chilly.
Lude's going to be on the Lucio still. He's just saying back so you can speed up when they do change over like Ghost Con.
Yeah, it looked like Gladiators Leader didn't want to take the risk of running that Pharah, especially because Fusion University has such a massive time bank. They want to just go for that little bit more consistent GOAT's composition, but that does mean that Fusion University have been passively generating quite a bit of ultimate charge. Alarm already 30% to the Nano.
Choxic needing that ally berry to get away. Let's see where his ult charge is, just 18%. You've seen Winston's get up to 40 just in at that rotation, transitioning into the high ground where you're seeing Gladiators Legion come out right now. And Choxic also not over there to get that extra charge. We usually see the Winstons standing very close to the doorways, using that Tesla cannon until he has to jump out, but they're going to go ahead and isolate Water instead. That patience actually paying off for Fusion University, who now are looking good on this defensive side with the 63.
Water has been, not had as high of an impact on the Legion team as one would have hoped throughout the season. Certainly looked very different on Oasis, but unfortunately this time around, Fusion University was able to identify him and isolate him. Brigida on the high ground without the rest of her team, not really doing a whole ton. Good bubble from Choxic as well, just drop that over the Brigida, cut off all lines of sight so no healing can go forward. So that's, 1-1 defense for Fusion University. A tick to Gladiators Legion's name, so if math bears out, maybe they just need 2 more pushes.
And now Choxic's going to be a little bit more traditional in the way that he is utilizing this Winston in this certain situation. And with this Nano, he's going to be ripping through those HP bars and going to go ahead and use the Primal Rage at the very end of the Nano. So he got a little bit of both worlds there. The extra damage on the Tesla cannon and then throwing those fisticuffs. Choxic playing so well. I think anyone who is doubting his inclusion in the starting lineup has got to stop at this point.
Oh no, he has been pound for pound one of the best players for Fusion University so far in this matchup. Really good Primal Rage timing there. Small spaces, not going to be a GOAT's Death Ball's best friend there, and he absolutely trapped Gladiators Legion. There was nothing that they could do, sans, popping a Transcendence. But now, Fusion University have expended those ultimates. Gladiators Legion, need a fat anti-dage.
Oh my goodness, Dilla trying to be super aggressive, and it looks like it might pay off. They have to get kills, so they've invested almost everything that they have on this defensive side, but so has Gladiators Legion on their attack. Second down there is going to potentially find a little bit more value, but no kills on either team so far. This fight will be moving on to the objective soon enough, and Choxic might get isolated away thanks to Bishu chasing him down. They are going to grab a second tick. Gladiator, well, you got to be on the objective if you want that second tick. Oh, did they get it? No, they do not just yet. They finally do. Karkar going to get that DMAC. Fusion University still have an advantage in it this fight, especially since Gladiators Legion do not have any ultimates, and the Nano is going to give them potentially like another half man in terms of damage and tank capabilities for Choxic. Bishu going to get that kill. Make things interesting, though, for Gladiators Legion, even though they are down their Reinhardt, but Fusion University is down their Lucio, but things are still looking bright for Fusion University. There's only 36 seconds left for Gladiators Legion as well. The good news for Gladiators Legion, though, is they are going to have some ultimates to work with on their last push.
That's true, but it's not just about what tools you have, but how you use it. So with a Monkey Wrench, Panker charged so far out, he wasn't able to confirm that pin kill, and that just meant a free Rhine kill for Fusion University. Nano used very excellently to tempo that fight as well, and Alarm is already 55% up to yet another one. Grav, Primal, all ready to stall things out.
Yeah, and Rolf needing the utility of the support since he was taken so low thanks to a volley. Oh, thanks to just some damage coming from Fusion University, and now the Graviton Surge is coming through from Nice. Those have been very, very nice so far. Choxic going to get another first pick. He's been getting first blood over and over again. Gladiators Legion do not have a foot or toenail or any part of their body on the point, so Fusion University are going to keep Gladiators Legion from capturing A. What a roller coaster of emotion between those last two maps. Kings Row, Gladiators Legion did that same exact thing pretty much to Fusion University, finishing with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in their time bank. But this time around, Gladiators Legion unable to capture point A on Volskaya.
It's just a very, very scattered push. I mean, there's a lot to be said for Fusion University playing a very proactive defense, right? They never let Legion get comfortable, right? Everybody knows how the rotation goes, right? Your Reinhardt's are you go into the mini room, then you come across the hallway, then you go up the stairs, and then you fall onto the point. But each moment, Fusion University was making them second guess, hesitate, right? Water on the Brigida was left on the high ground. He was only there maybe 2 seconds, but that was enough for the dive from Fusion University to come in and clean him up, burst him down. Panker goes for that long charge. Every now and then you're going to be a hero, but this time around he came up a 0, just fed his body to Fusion University. And again, another 1 defense. Gladiators Legion took so long on those approaches that they only really ended up with 4 good pushes.
And the other thing that was really interesting about that is we were talking about how Chongsik isn't staying by the doors, getting that free Primal Rage charge, but when you're waiting for the team to come out, Chongsik has to decide when to jump in rather than having to decide when to jump back out and rejoin his team, and that gives Gladiators Legion a potential opportunity to come to the objective a little safer. And so this time around, he goes into the doorway, and it helps pick off that Brigitte from water, and that turns it into a 6v5. And so using a more kind of pick-oriented mentality with that Winston in that current moment did work out for him, because we did see him adjust and do the traditional way of that Winston, and also working for him the second time around.
Yeah, Alarms, Ana, also very good. Not only did he have excellent position, staying alive all through those matches, but the Nano is such a good ultimate to maintain control of the tempo, right? Your Winston's low, no problem. I got a Nano for you, bud, right? Like, we thought that this Zarya doesn't yet have grab. We're going to just throw the Nano on you. You could do even more damage. So that Nano boost, was able to bring things back when Fusion University actually, or Gladiators Legion actually got onto the point. They had to give it up because nobody could face tank all of that damage coming from the Winston.
Yeah, so if you guys like history, if Fusion University win the next 2 maps, they will have won the series in a map 5. So you got to be very nervous if you're Gladiators Legion, because we're coming up on map 4 with Fusion University up 2-1 for the time being. Let's see if Gladiators Legion are going to be able to come back from a pretty Rolf Volskaya. That was on accident, everyone. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I know, I deserve that. So Gibraltar is going to come next, and Fusion University, like you said, their map types are very, very standard, right? The ones that they're good at, they're very, very good at. Control's the one that really comes to mind, but once you have a payload involved, they don't tend to do as well.
No, I mean, just look at Kings Row. It was pretty painful. So Gibraltar could play right into Gladiators Legion's hands again. Linear map, right? You got to keep that cart moving. But Gladiators Legion too, kind of very middle of the road in terms of their escort win percentage, 50-50. But they have won every single Watchpoint Gibraltar map that they've played. So this does bode pretty well for them. Again, if you're very concerned with dancing around the cart, keeping it in contestation, you're not going to be paying attention to that fragging Lucio and the Zenyatta in the backline throwing orbs at your head.
That's bad news, right? When you're getting those orbs to your head, that is the long distance damage coming from the back line that all of those shields are supposed to block. And so when those volleys go through, when those cotton balls do make contact with your teeth, it can be super good and a boon to your team, because a fragging Zenyatta adds so much versatility to your team comp.
Yeah, if you don't have a fragging Zen, that's totally fine. But if you do, that's just that extra cherry on top. Cotton balls. So that's what those balls are made of. I've been wondering this entire playoffs, Boop, and now we finally know.
Or aluminum foil, depends. So, if you shine aluminum foil enough to make it into a metal ball. But this is an important game, my friends. Fusion University are up 2-1 right now as Gladiators Legion takes Watchpoint Gibraltar. And so far, I believe the team that has picked the map has ended up winning it. They are very smart about their map choices so far. Maybe didn't quite know that Fusion University are undefeated on this particular escort map, but Gladiators Legion must feel very good about it. This, is some potential for Winston on this first point, but right now we're looking at 2 Reinhardts.
2 Reinhardts here. Maybe a little bit of this Symmetra shenanigans just to get, potential early pick. Yep. Everybody sees that from Fusion University, and they duck back like the quickness. Bishu back onto the D.Va. It would be a tragic day that we don't see Bishu on this D.Va. He's made such a high impact for his team here. And Fusion University actually giving up quite a lot of space. They decided not to hold on to the high ground because of that early Symmetra teleport. So now they got to fight under car wash.
Well, it's also easier to hold the high ground when you got characters that can stay up there. Without the Winston, it's going to be a little bit harder. They're going to trade picks. One Zenyatta for one Reinhardt, but Fusion University are going to find themselves ahead in terms of numbers, and they're going to continue that advantage through the rest of this defensive battle. Fusion University are able to finish it off thanks to this first initial pick.
Wolf First Bloods once again, just wanted to point it out, but unfortunately Legion just lose too many members to continue their push here. And now Fusion University have banked up some good ultimate charge. Nilo has that Rally at the ready again. And while Rally isn't the most powerful ultimate in the game, when you're talking about no ults on either side, it will make the world of a difference to have all of that shielding.
It's a really great way to take space, manifest destiny style, use the Rally, and a lot of times the other team waits until the arbor goes away, the damage mitigation is over, but Fusion University are not going to allow them to use it. Using Rally very offensively this time around, Gladiators Legion going to find 2 casualties on their own. Fusion University still looks great on this defense.
Exactly, Rally and Speed Boost, such a powerful combination, and unfortunately Gladiators Legion utterly caught off guard, and oh no, this is a definite stagger. This is super painful. Rolf had the trance here, so if Fusion University really want to push their luck and, PM, then they nice and easily throw out this grab as Legion are coming out of their spawn doors without their Zed.
It looks like they're going to take it a little easy. It is the finals. No need to be incredibly crazy in this situation as Gladiators Legion are finally coming up to their first round of ultimates. Fusion University have already gotten there, but I guess if there's a little bit of a half-glass full situation, Fusion University haven't had to use those ultimates for these fights, which has allowed Gladiators Legion to even up this ultimate economy between those 2 teams. And now Gladiators Legion just trying to assert their dominance now with this Earthshatter coming through the other way. Karkar the one that's going to be done. That's going to get back as well. Transcendence is coming through. Dalton does have a grab. Alarm has the Transcendence to counter. Gladiators Legion are going to find some free space. Fusion University going to go ahead and let the payload move a little bit more.
Exactly, that grab not finding the same dividends that they hope. Both Diva Bombs flying out here. Who will be the bigger bomb? It's actually just none of them.
It's going to be Dalton who would be in that big bomb that we were looking for. Dalton finding those kills. Gladiators Legion finding that first point with 3 minutes 40 seconds left to get the anchor.
Gladiators Legion now was able to capture that point A, so at least they have a little bit of breathing room, and Fusion University themselves now going to have to fight for this high ground as Gladiators Legion will be able to control most of the space here in the hangar. Bijou, though, if he can find this high ground, that's a perfect place to drop one of those exploding mechs, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, Gladiators Legion, depending on Bijou, to bail them out of a couple situations. He's done just that almost every single time. And that last one was Dolphin, so it's nice to see more of that teamwork, that camaraderie coming through for Gladiators Legion. Paker going to get another burst of blood. He has had himself a playoffs. Remember, before coming into playoffs, they lost to Bermuda, a team that got relegated. Now they're here in the finals. What a redemption arc. Gladiators Legion using Bijou, Paker, Lude, everyone on their team so well throughout the playoffs. It's been so hard to figure out exactly how to break through Gladiators Legion. Fusion University, though, having an all-right time doing that. They are almost potentially giving up Hager phase here after these ultimates coming from both teams. No kills just yet. Graviton Surgeons have not yet come online. They'll come here very soon. Bijou not going to be able to get that self-destruct kill again. Tried the same way, but sometimes it doesn't work out for you. Gladiators Legion now do have that 65. Fusion University going to be utilizing that Graviton Surge even at a numbers disadvantage. Now you're seeing those HP bars deplete. Doesn't matter that Bernard got a kill here as Gladiators Legion are still going to maintain a numbers advantage, but is Fusion University going to be able to defend on this payload with their spawns?
There's only a couple of members here. It's all about that focus fire, using the environment to your advantage here, because Bernard's really the only person who could keep his body on the mech and keep it in contestation. Toxic now drops in, and
the highest Earth Shatter of all time, not on Eichenwald. He does make contact as well. That was super telegraphed. They're actually going to be able to come back. I think maybe there was a little bit of focus that was brought to Reinhardt because he was so high using that Earth Shatter, and that allowed Fusion University to take advantage of some members not looking in the right place and coming up on top on this defense with a numbers disadvantage to start. That's good stuff.
I mean, hey, if some giant 800-pound German guy in a massive suit of armor flies down from the high ground, you're gonna pay attention. And Changsik able to be the hero his team needed in that moment. Fusion University have once again stabilized, but it's going to be a race between Dalton and Alarm to see who will generate their ultimate first. Dalton gets it first, Gladiators Legion might well win, but Alarm, if we know this player's aim to be true, he's going to have that Transcendence in no time.
You know he'll have that trans. He's going to be on Wolf to get his trans as well. It's Dice has a grab, and Gladiators don't have a Transcendence of their own, as Alarm was able to overcome Dalton and that ult charge. He has the Transcendence at the ready. Rolf still not yet. It's time for Nice to throw it. Rolf will have Transcendence at the ready, so that opening has been shut, even though the grab has already come through. Lude, though, though, is going to go down to Rolf, not feeling confident about that Transcendence. That 98% when it landed, couldn't land. It was a single orb would have gotten him to that ult.
And sometimes, again, we were just talking about 9 seconds matter. That single orb may have just sunk Gladiators Legion's chance here on Watchpoint Gibraltar to finish things out. 5 check marks for the Legion, but numbers don't matter if you can't use them. Fusion University again controlling this high ground. Nice, shelling down on the heads of Gladiators Legion as they come in.
These 5 ultimates need to win them the second point as there's less than 5 seconds on the clock for Gladiators Legion on their attack. They are going to start overtime. Panker going to ult right into the shield of Chong. 6 of health bars are getting affected right now. He's going to have to get saved with the Transcendence. He was already very low. Chong's is using Earth Shadow. Rolf is using Transcendence. Bishu gonna be the man once again, getting another kill with that self-destruct. It's now a 6v4 for Gladiators Legion. This ult advantage gonna come out and really help Gladiators Legion grab this second point after they do clean up Karkar and Bernard.
Bishu again just coming up clutch with these bombs. Nice, somehow getting caught out by that exploding mech despite Karkar's well-timed sound barrier means now that Gladiators Legion will at least have a shot at point C, but it will be an uphill battle. That's a tiny ramp, you know, visually speaking, but it may well be coded in Crisco for all the difficulty teams have pushing it uphill.
When you complete Hanger in overtime, you only have 1 or 2 fights on the first point to finish off the map, and so Gladiators Legion already utilized all of those ultimates, but thank goodness for them, Fusion University did the exact same thing, as they're pretty even in terms of economy. Gladiators Legion actually have an uptick right now on Fusion University because they have the Earth Shatter. They're going to be closer to the Transcendence and the sound barrier as well. We're down to under a minute left, and Fusion University respecting what Gladiators Legion can throw. Panker not able to connect on the Earth Shatter. I believe it actually got canceled out. Is Chomsky going to get Panker back to spawn? So 65 for Fusion University. Now Gladiators Legion needs to just lose it out here. Don't feed too much ultimate to Fusion University because you've got one more chance, but Fusion University are trying to camp them right now.
This is very, very dangerous for Gladiators Legion. You have to die quickly, but because you have Fusion University can simply press forward. Nice, just 3 seconds away from a grab. You could simply throw it out right here on this corner, and Gladiators Legion will have no chance to continue an overtime push.
There's 10 seconds for Gladiators Legion to find a body on the payload. Alarm gonna get a volley into the head of Lude, and so Gladiators Legion gonna have only 5 members for this overtime push. At least it was an overtime spawn for them. Fusion University now using all of their ults, and Bishu gonna find a better one, but there's gonna be an even bigger one for Bernard after that shatter. Amazing stuff from Fusion University. Good defense. 2 points only for Gladiators Legion. Fusion University now know what to do if they want to go up 3-1.
Chongsik, the world's unluckiest Reinhardt. When you shatter, you gotta drop your shield. So he gets caught out by Bishu's bomb, but Bernard returns the favor threefold.
Beautiful team play coming from Fusion University there. Again, when you see multi-killed bombs, I would say 8, almost 9 out of 10 times because someone else set that up, either through Shatter or a Boop or a Charge or Bash, right? Once that shield goes down, then everyone is susceptible, especially when you're taking a nap.
Especially when you're taking a nap. But, you know, Gladiators Legion, to their credit, they did manage to find those 2 points. So they have, you know, some distance to give against Fusion University. But this is a team that really likes to crank it to 11 when they feel like they have the momentum behind them. So Gladiators Legion have to play one of the most disciplined games of their life. Otherwise, Fusion University will find themselves at match point.
Gladiators Legion need to find themselves a good defense on the first 2 points to just take us and siphon as much time away from Fusion University on their attacking side. And Fusion University also have the advantage of going second in this situation, knowing that they can meter everything exactly right for where Gladiators Legion were stopped.
Yeah, you see that golden box of victory, you know, hey, we have 4 ultimates right now. As long as we can draw one out from Legion, we can just go in there, hammer all 6 down, and there will be nothing that they can do to stop us. Yes, a little bit more of that. Anger, aggression, calculation. Gladiators Legion going to be sitting on the high ground for now. Fusion University, just, you know, Bernard's going to take a gander with this Sonic Arrow. No shenanigans to be found, so back to the Diva.
Yeah, he was just checking the corner just in case. Bernard is now on his tried and true bad Diva. And Gladiators Legion on the defensive side, huge fire strike from Panker already at 32%. But we've seen these Reinhardts develop Earth Shatter in one fight in 8 to 10 seconds. because of this Goats comp being able to enable that Reinhardt, be able to get into the other team, swing that hammer just a couple times, because everyone else is already so grouped, you're making contact on every forward swing and a back swing. And now Fusion University and Gladiators Legion are just going to go ahead and look at each other, use that aggressive eye contact until that real engage happens.
Bernard on the high ground right here. Oh, he's in the back line now. This is a perfect place for the boop. He finds Panker. Very nicely played here, Fusion University. Bishu was expecting, you know, maybe a battle for the high ground, as divas often do, but he gave Bernard an inch and he took a mile. It's all about displacement when you're going for those mirror Goats compositions, right? Everybody knows how to play standard Goats, but if your Reinhardt's in a different zip code, then you can't, everything is for naught.
The other thing about it, too, was no one knew who was behind them. They lost track of the Diva. They're not going to lose track of this Graviton and Surge. And Shanks is going to get a nice charge kill onto Panker. And right now, Fusion University beating Gladiators Legion time, at least for this first point. So Gladiators Legion are going to hang a lot of their hopes here on Hanger. They've got to find some defense here.
Exactly. It's going to be more difficult, though, because Fusion University now have control of this high ground. I love the lack of hesitation. Nice just goes in. They're not even going to let Gladiators Legion get out of the doorway. They go ahead and grab. Who cares if Bishu may have that defense matrix in there to eat it? We still have backup plans. Those 3 check marks Fusion University are holding on to right now.
And Alarm with that Transcendence can bail a lot of his team out, as well as roll for Gladiators Legion. And now there's 4.5 minutes for Fusion University here in Hanger. They're already rounding the corner, so Gladiators Legion are either going to have to make a choice to defend right here, right now, or wait until the very end. Earthshatter is going to knock you onto the ground, and some good focus fire is going to take Citadel back to spawn, even through the Transcendence. And now it's going to be bad news for Fusion University, because they're not going to have that defensive ultimate for the Graviton Surge that might come for the next fight.
Exactly. Karkar is the only one who currently holds onto an ultimate on the side of Fusion University, so they may well find their momentum stymied here, much like they did to Gladiators Legion. One of the hardest things is just coming out of these initial chokes. Legion know exactly where you're going to be. They can put in so much early damage, and they hold that high ground. You know, it's just physics. Shooting downward, way easier than shooting up.
Wiser words have never been spoken. HamTornado as Gladiators.
As Newton said.
As Gladiators Legion now have, with their 3 ultimates, have stunned Bernard, giving themselves an opportunity. At least they took a lot of damage. Parker also taking a ton of damage. Sound Barrier just in time to save about 3 members, but 3 members going down because Bijou self-destruct. But it's pretty even, as Bernard is going to get one as well. Today was able to get the Sound Barrier out in time. I believe the Gladiators Legion are going to have to cede this space. Bijou trying to be a hero once again, was almost that hero that Gladiators Legion needed. 3 kills, though, not enough for them to get this defense.
Rolf actually fell off of the Maria Estrada, maybe by accident, and Gladiators Legion had to rush to try and save his life. Bijou again bailing his team out with that 3K, but now they find their backs. Rolf falls first once more.
That means it's a nice 6v5 shooter. It's been nice. It did go down as he was trying to focus Panker down him itself, but that one kill came after that first initial pick. So we know, like, 7%, yeah, when your Zarya dies, the opponents already have a 2-man disadvantage. You're still feeling good about that if you're Fusion University.
Exactly. It's like Gladiators Legion tried to run a marathon, but Fusion University didn't even give them time to tie their shoes. Now, again, they're pressing forward here, trying to work this positional advantage. While they don't have a grab, they do have that shatter, and they want to at least make Legion hesitate on their approach as they try and bring the cart around that first corner.
Yeah, almost triple the amount of time that Gladiators Legion had when they reached the same portion of Gibraltar. And now Fusion University also have tools at their disposal to potentially get to this last part and the golden box of victory and put up themselves up 3-1 here in the finals for North America East. Gladiators Legion, though, coming up on their ultimates as well. Rolf's Transcendence is potentially going to be used in a Tempo 4 because Nice does not have that Graviton Surge, but there is a world where Nice develops it after Rolf uses the Trans. Panker going to use the Earthshatter. Alarm going to use the Transcendence, as well as Dolphin's Graviton Surge getting countered from that. Nice getting another pick. This is already looking good for Fusion University, who are primed to go up 3-1 if they're able to clean up these kills. Will Bishu get more kills with the self-destruct? The answer is no. He's going to delay the game a little bit longer. Some more kills coming from Fusion University, and once again, the fight finds itself off the payload. Fusion Uni wins once more. They are 1 game away from punching their ticket to Germany.
Nice couldn't have gotten a better first blood in that fight. Lude was 83% to that sound barrier. If he had been able to work up to that ultimate, we could be looking at many more future fights. But as it stood, Gladiators Legion again, in that moment, you just have to try to make those split-second decisions that you think will save your team. But Bishu goes for the bomb, then immediately everybody gets grabbed because you know that there will be no defense matrix to gobble up that ultimate. So Fusion University really reading the playing field very well. They were like 2-3 steps ahead of Gladiators Legion that entire match.
And so are they going to stay 2 steps ahead in our 5th map? And whenever you hear about map 5, what do you think of? You think of Fusion University, and I know they're paid by the hour. I think it's one of the best memes out there, personally. ZP is a genius. And so now that Fusion University found themselves on map 5, I feel like they're probably feeling good about this. And remember, Gladiators Legion did pick that last map, so they lost that map that they chose for themselves, and they're going to pick again, and this is an important choice for them.
Exactly. Alas, it's 3-1 now for Legion on Gibraltar, but going to control against Fusion University, even if it is your map choice, is always going to be such a scary thing. Fusion University were born in control. They were forged in control. I mean, every set that they play that goes to 5 games, they always play at least 2 of them. So you know that they're going to be very well practiced on whatever map type the Legion choose.
Yep, they have played the most control maps all season between both groups. That is a true statistic. And so now that they've already won that first round of control too, they must be feeling good. But remember, Gladiators Legion also was very close on Oasis when we did see that in our first map here and our first map of our finals for North America East. And remember, this is a 1st to 4. There is no chance for a tie here on Lijiang. So this is a must win for Gladiators Legion if they want to continue playing today outside of that play-in game that's going to be coming up a little later tonight.
Hey, Gladiators Legion bested Mayhem Academy. Mayhem Academy handed Fusion University their first ever defeat. So, by the transitive property, they got a shot. They got a shot. And this also, Lijiang Tower was where I feel like Bishu really had a breakthrough performance with the Gladiators Legion specifically. We all know him from his ability in Overwatch League, but there was kind of that, transition period where he had to get in with his teammates, find that teamwork with this new roster. And Lijiang Tower in particular, he showed incredible amount of game sense and just situational awareness. And hopefully Legion will be able to rely on him once again.
Yeah, Bishu was there for that loss against Bermuda. And so this has been a little bit of a process, but that process feels very close to being completed as Bishu has been a hero for this team. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but like 5 or 6 times.
A bazillion.
This week, and now we're starting on Lijiang Tower, one of my favorite control maps. Fusion University going to be coming out with a nice Moira Sombra comp. Gladiators Legion are going to go with their DPS comp. Hanker already getting a kill, just being that tether ball around the environment.
Oh.
Nice will be going down. Dalton on this Widowmaker. I'm so excited for this.
This is some brilliant stuff. Love seeing Dalton back on the Widow, but Water stealing his teammate's thunder just a little bit. Man, you don't see those 2 boops every day.
Water just wanted them to see what Water tasted like and felt like going into the drink, and that really increases your ult charge really quickly because you do all of that damage and it counts for getting that ult charge. And you can see already 70% to that rocket barrage. Fusion University really need nice to handle the Sparrow in the air, but at the same time, Dalton is going to be peppering in damage for everyone else.
Yeah, this is really difficult. Gladiators Legion right now can work these angles perfectly. There's 3 DPS heroes on the side of Legion. When have we seen that at the last, game? Very rare. And you have to worry about the Sky.
Yeah, the Sky is actually going to fall out from underwater this time around, actually, because he's going to go down. But Panker, this guy's got a Wrecking Ball. The EMP is going to hurt the Wrecking Ball just a little bit, but everyone is actually still alive. As Dalton getting another nice headshot for Gladiators Legion, and they're looking very, very strong so far.
Oh no. You always got to remember, infrasight kills, man. Fusion University taking a really painful loss right there. This is the point where, you might just consider swapping your heroes around because what you're throwing at Legion right now are not working. They've also been showing excellent ultimate discipline. We used the Infrasight and the Barrage last time. Well, we got Valk, we got EMP, and Minefield coming up.
Yeah, and Panker has been very good on this wrecking ball so far. Remember, he started this map off with a kill. The proximity mines are going to come through, and that's going to block a lot of the environment away from Fusion University. Snillo going to get 2 cold bomb kills and then a nice melee. That's what you call a playmaker. We finally get to see this Tracer really do just that. So Snillo, remember, was a Tracer specialist when he was playing for Fusion, Philadelphia Fusion in OWL.
Exactly. It's so nice to see him back on the British Time Traveler, ripping through Gladiators Legion. And that's definitely going to prompt a fast wholesale swap for the Legion onto the Moira Ghost composition. Fusion University now looking pretty comfortable here, but they would really like to continue to hold and not lose another fight. Gladiators Legion already up 77%.
If Fusion University win at this round, it's because of what we just saw with Snillo getting that double kill and then following it up with a nice melee to get those 3 kills. Snillo is an amazing Tracer. We've got tons of really good DPS players that are finally able to show their stuff on this patch. And Fusion University now have ultimates that Gladiators Legion do not have. Nice also going to get close to that EMP, so if everything goes not according to plan, they can just use the EMP to potentially reset everything. Nice stick coming from Snillo as well. And this Tracer's been just like watching like chocolate melt, right? It is just so nice. It's like ASMR for your eyes.
It's like after you go jogging, you take a first drink of that cold ice water. So refreshing. And because Snillo has been producing so much on this Tracer, the rest of Fusion University are free to basically just do whatever they want. Nice now will have this EMP. Alas, Snillo will swap onto the Brigida for that later fight now that Gladiators Legion have had some time to come into those ultimates. Can't really deny the utility of that Brigida, but now that Snillo's done being a hero, it is nice turn to step up.
Is it going to be as good as Step Up 1 or just as bad as Step Up 4? Let's see. EMP goes through. It's going to be closer to Step Up 2 or 3. Gladiators Legion, only 2 members packed, both able to get that coalescence mob, but Karkar going to get a kill on his counterpart on the other side. These sound barriers from Karkar too have been coming in just in time to save his team. Earthshatter, the Overshields were perfect for that situation, and everyone from Fusion University are able to stand right back up. Dalton getting stunned, but he does have a Graviton Surge that Fusion University don't have available. There is no Zarya for Fusion Uni. Graviton Surge is out. Mishu gets the kill. This is 65 for Gladiators Legion. Now 6v4. Are they going to be able to seal the deal here? It looks like they will, but they are going to have to deal with one more defense coming from Fusion Uni. If Chonksic's able to get a kill here, that's actually a really big deal for them, but the team that also hurts.
Yeah, Birdar was forced to jump off the edge right here. Chonksic is still alive, but oh no.
That's really bad with 86% for Gladiators Legion. This is going to be a 65 for him, so he got a little overconfident there, looking for that pick so he can set up Fusion Uni for a 65 when his team comes all the way back. This wrecking ball needs to move as fast as possible. World record pace to get on to He wants it. Another beautiful boop coming from, man, this guy. You know, I know Toby's supposed to be the boop god, but Lude today and yesterday has been booping everything
City,
in existence, man.
He has a summer home in Boop City. That's why. You know, he's just in that environment all the time.
I hear housing prices are a little high this last year.
Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of gentrification going on, but it's all right. Chonksic, so unfortunate there. He couldn't rejoin his team. It might have been a whole nother ball game if he had been able to do so, but got a little bit too greedy. Gladiators Legion now, there is definitely hope in the air. They are 1 round win away from keeping themselves alive and taking us to a map 6. So, Night Market will be the decider. This again was that breakout map for Bishu with the Gladiators Legion. There is so much open space here for you to find value from those Diva Bombs.
And Gladiators Legion taking a little bit more of an aggressive stance. Fusion University will respond themselves. And now Lude trying to get some boots. He was in a dangerous position in the middle of Fusion University. And Panker's going to get right scooped everywhere into the team, away from the team. And now he doesn't have enough health to actually compete onto the objective, while Chonksic also going to get peppered down himself. And now this is going to move the fight on to the objective proper. But Gladiators Legion are in a little bit more of a worse position as they have to come into Fusion University. Fusion University are going to react accordingly. Rally now coming from Snillo during the fight means that the damage mitigation is there, and so is that point capture.
It really is all about that initial seesaw. Who's getting focused down? You saw it was Chonksic and Neist actually taking the brunt of the damage early on, but Fusion University back up, use that corner to heal up again, and then return the favor, bringing Panker so low that, like you said, Boop, Gladiators Legion was not able to really compete for the objective, and when they did walk on, they got immediately cut down. So Fusion University do have the tools to continue to hold here. Once again, playing this open area very well. Gladiators Legion going to have a hard time taking this by surprise.
Yeah, Fusion University are spotting exactly where Gladiators Legion are going to be coming through, and the last time Gladiators Legion used the same route, they all died, and so Fusion University also have ultimates at their disposal. It's now how they use them, like you like to say. Knight's going to start out with the Graviton Surge. There is no bomb to back that up. There is a car. Oh my goodness, his rating must be so high right now. Car getting 2 kills. Beautiful stuff coming from Fusion University, who have been in absolute control on this round specifically.
I don't know if when you get an Uber, you really signed up for the bloodbath, but Fusion University got to be very happy with Karkar's performance thus far. And the best news is Fusion Uni still have 4 ultimates. They haven't really needed to, scramble to use those ultimates to make up for lost space, because Gladiators Legion haven't really had a clean engagement all match long.
Well, I believe these are the first ultimates that we're going to see from Gladiators Legion as well, and they're going to need to find value out of it. Unfortunately, on the other side, there are a ton of ultimates themselves. Bernard going to throw out a naked bomb. Bijou going to be doing a little bit of the same. Actually, Bijou maybe needing the bomb to save himself, as it did not combo with the Graviton Surge like they wanted, and now these 4 ultimates are here, and Chongsik is here to stay, as he's going to get that first blood for Fusion University. Chongsik has had the best game he's had all season today. What a great time to peak. You're that Reinhardt player.
Oh yeah, Reinhardt glow up of the century right here for Chongsik. Lude tried to use that sound barrier. A lot of the times with the Lucio, that sound barrier second does get more value, but not when you'd already lost a teammate. So Fusion Uni bringing this to 1-1.
And so on round 3, Fusion Uni can punch their ticket to Germany and cause Gladiators Legion to try one more time and to play in a game against Atlanta Academy. Fusion University really want to wrap it up right here, right now. They're not going to play McCree. We're definitely going to see some goats, but is it going to be that snowy, ice-cold version? Nice does have May in the back pocket.
Yeah, Nice actually another one of those great flex players who has a pocket May. We very well could see it, and I think so. Bernard swapped to that Zarya, so you know what time it is. Sorry.
And so what this means, though, is that Bernard, who's usually on the Diva, is now on a hero who doesn't play as frequently. So what we really want to watch out for is, are we going to notice the difference of level of skill? Is Nice Zarya more valuable than having Nice on May? We will find out here potentially in the first fight. The first wall goes up, the great big green wall, but the first blood going from Gladiators Legion, so this may not work it for the time being.
Unfortunately, not so much of a great wall for Nice. You ideally want to catch the Reinhardt away from the rest of the team, but that wall just kind of went all behind the entirety of Gladiators Legion, who are like, oh, check that out. So Nice is going to stick to this May, at least for now. There's still some time to try and find value from an eventual Blizzard. Gladiators Legion going to be fighting here on the objective where they can just walk around those walls.
I like that he stays on the May because they're able to flip the points. It's going to be much easier to keep it. These walls, though, not really doing what they need to do. Not a lot of separation, just a little bit of biding their time right now with those walls. Remember, this is the new patch, so it does have 100 less HP down to 400 for these walls, so they're a little bit easier to break through as well. Painter trying to break through the rest of the team. He's going to get booped away, so the Earthshatter are not really going to do as much as he wants. It's Nice, the only one that's going to get shattered. And now Gladiators Legion investing their ultimate. Transcendence is no longer available for them. Chongsik is going to get isolated and taken down, but there is going to be a D-Mech on the other side. This isn't over for Fusion University because the Blizzard is out as well. Will Bernard be able to get those deeps in? The answer is yes. He was rocking 100 energy. There hasn't been less skill coming from Bernard so far, as they're so close to flipping this point.
Even though Nice walls weren't really finding any dividends, Fusion University still, they don't want to swap off of the May. They know the Blizzard is coming in, so they keep their heads in that game, play for that Blizzard end game possibility. Really nice stuff. Although now Nice does have that Blizzard defeated, so that means that these walls must find value.
And that one doesn't find as much value as you would have wanted. If that wall blocks off the Diva, there is no self-destruct, but at least no one got killed. Chongsik is so low. He had the Discord Orb on him as well, so he's going to go down. But Alarm going to get a nice return kill. That's what you call clutch, my friends. 5v5 now for both of these teams. FuJi University really want to defend this point. Some freezing going on as well. Nice May has only been annoying. That's probably the best call that we have seen, separating Banker away from the rest of his team. Now Water is isolated himself, but still no picks going through University. But all the while, the percentage is going up. Sound Bay are going to be a little late for Alarm. But another return kill, so whenever Gladiators Legion get the uptick, they get that first blood. FuJi University right behind them, evening it up, and then coming out on top.
Bernard, I don't know if I see a difference in the level of Zarya play thus far. Bernard has been lighting up this kill feed for FuJi University. The thing with that new Mei wall is because it has so much less HP, every time you put up the wall, if you're going to find value, you must capitalize on that advantageous position quickly. So we're talking about a charge. We need to see some burst. When Nice has been using those walls, they either aren't separating Legion like they should, or there's nobody around to take advantage of that small window of opportunity.
The Blizzard is available, and they're going to throw it right in front of the choke. Let's see if the Blizzard's going to stop this Earthshatter from finding any value. Dalton's going to find all that value, finding a triple kill for himself. FuJi University have entered one fight territory, though. They are at 92%. There's not a ton of time to come back and try this again as Gladiators Legion approaching 60, but FuJi University is not going to freak out just yet.
They're definitely not going to freak out because Gladiators Legion needed to use every single ultimate that they had in order to win that fight out, and they did, but they cannot lose another battle from this point on, or FuJi University will be going to Germany. So
FuJi University have that Graviton Surge almost at the ready. Nice Fire Strike going to be ripping through FuJi Uni, going to cause them to have low HP before the fight even starts. And so now that's going to put Gladiators Legion in that one fight territory. They win that fight without using ultimates themselves. That's really good news if you're a Legion fan.
Oh, absolutely. Water now will have Rally Wolf with the all-important Transcendence good, not just against Grav, but that Blizzard as well. FuJi University themselves now are at that last chance.
This is going to be it for this map. This is the last fight here on Control Center. FuJi University are going to throw out that grab eventually. There is no grab for Gladiators Legion. No qualms about it. FuJi University have an advantage in this fight. This is their fight to lose. The Gladiators Legion do find themselves on top here. That's because they've got the grit. They did it themselves. Graviton Surge goes through. Alarm going to find that kill. 65. The Transcendence is not there in time to save Water. That's happened a couple times. Actually, on both teams for this late Transcendence. Baker going to get isolated and potentially taken down. Dalton looks like he might be the next one. FuJi University in the driver's seat here, and they're so close to punching their ticket to Germany. They're 5% away.
Oh, they're already eating kebab. They can taste it. FuJi University will be your North American East champions. Wow.
In a map 5 as well. What better way if you're FuJi University to punch your ticket to Germany in a map 5? Gladiators Legion played pretty well, but in the end, they couldn't overcome our constant champions, our consummate champions, FuJi University falling 4-1 in our first 4 set. But Gladiators Legion aren't done yet.
No, indeed. They are going now to the play-in game against Atlanta Academy, which will decide the third team to be sent along with our 2 East and West champions to Krenfeld, Germany.
And so just a little housekeeping before we go on a break. If you're wondering who's going to get the #1 seed between FuJi University and Envy, it's whoever wins this third place game and the group they belong to. So if someone from NA East wins, if Gladiators Legion wins, that means FuJi Uni will be our #1 seed for North America. If it goes the other way with Atlanta Academy, Team Envy will be our #1 seed. So if you're a FuJi University fan and a Team Envy fan, this game's also important to you as well. We're going to take a little bit longer of a break to give these teams a little bit more time to prepare for this game, as Gladiators Legion did just play their game. And so we will be back